where you're really excited for something and you feel like it's going to be the best day of your life and you have all these high expectations and then it just doesn't turn out the way you want it to? Well, that's how I felt over and over and over and over again in my mission in trying to meet Robert Downey Jr. If you know anything about me or if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I've had many failed attempts at meeting Robert Downey Jr. This video is going to give you an educational timeline to teach you why this sucks so much. First of all, important disclaimer, I'm going to tell you some pretty cool stories and I want you to know that I don't take for granted any of the opportunities I've had. I've gone to a lot of amazing events, I've met a lot of amazing people, and I've appreciated every single second of it. But the irony in all of it is that I didn't really go out with the intention of meeting all of these people. I just want to meet one, and it's Robert Downey Jr. So now I present to you the timeline of all of my missed connections with Robert Downey Jr. When The Avengers was filming in Cleveland, Ohio, I was living in Ohio at the time, and I didn't live very far away from Cleveland, so I got hired as a background extra to work on the film. I was so excited, hoping that maybe the day that I was on set would be a day that Robert was on set too. However, that didn't happen. I did get to see Tom Hiddleston that day, and that was really awesome, but I didn't get to meet Robert Downey Jr. I also did get to go to the main makeup trailer where all of the big stars got their makeup done because I had some really obnoxious tan lines on my back that the extras tent didn't have anything to cover up with. But again, nobody was in the trailer, just me and the makeup guy. So besides that, while I was living in Ohio, I didn't really have any opportunities to meet Robert Downey Jr. because why would Robert Downey Jr. come to Ohio anyway? So I reached out to Ellen DeGeneres, the lovely lady who has made many dreams come true for many different people. I was hoping that maybe if I made a video to her asking her to help me meet Robert, that she would do that and make my dream come true. However, that video has gone unseen by her. In 2014, I had the opportunity to come out to Los Angeles, California for a semester of school. A couple days after I got out here, the Golden Globes were happening, and my friends decided to go to the building where they were happening and stand outside and see if maybe we could meet some celebrities. Robert Downey Jr. was supposed to be in attendance, but we didn't get to see him. He never came out, didn't see him, don't know if we missed him, don't know what happened, but didn't see him. A couple weeks into my time being out there, I made a video directed to Robert Downey Jr. himself, telling him that I'd be in town for the next couple of months, giving him reasons why he should meet me, and that video went unseen by him as well. When Captain America 2: The Winter Soldier came out, I had the amazing opportunity to go to the premiere. I got to go in and see the movie, I got to go to the after party, I got to see people on the red carpet. It was incredible. I met Chris Evans, I met all these amazing stars, I got hugs from Captain America. It was incredible. I thought that maybe Robert Downey Jr. would be there because it was a Marvel film, but Iron Man wasn't in Captain America 2, so Robert Downey Jr. didn't come. A couple weeks later, my friends and I decided to go visit some beaches in Malibu, and it's rumored that Robert Downey Jr. has a home out there. So I did a little bit of Google searching, found a couple of addresses, put them into the GPS, followed the GPS there, and ended up at a gas station. So that was a fail. 2014, I also got to go to the Kids' Choice Awards, which was a dream come true in and of itself. Like, the child inside of me was screaming. I got to sit right behind Eva Longoria, I got to meet a bunch of Nickelodeon stars, I got to see people slimed, and I got to see Robert Downey Jr. accept his award for favorite butt kicker. I literally had tears in my eyes as I stood in the auditorium and watched him on stage holding his orange blimp, giving an inspirational speech to all of the children watching him. I had tried so hard that day to figure out where he was sitting so that I could go find him during the commercial break, but I was never able to pinpoint where he was sitting, and I'm pretty sure he left right after he got his award. So while I had an incredible time at the Kids' Choice Awards, I was not able to meet Robert Downey Jr. there either. I also got to go to the MTV Movie Awards through a company called One Iota, who gave me tickets to the red carpet and tickets into the event, but Robert Downey Jr. wasn't there either. Fast forward to my semester of school being over in Los Angeles, and I head back to Ohio to finish my schooling and graduate. At the time, I wanted to have a Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. themed graduation party, so I made a video inviting all of the cast from that show and all of the Marvel superheroes to that party. That video is now marked as private because it's irrelevant and I didn't even end up having a party anyways. The only person to respond was Brett Dalton, who said he couldn't come but still wished me congratulations anyways. Robert Downey Jr. did an Omay's campaign where you could donate money to Julia's house and have the chance to spend the day with him if you won the drawing. I donated $100 to that campaign, hoping that that would up my chances in winning the contest. I didn't win the contest, but it did support a great cause. Reddit also did an AMA with Robert Downey Jr. one day, and I actually skipped my lunch hour at school that day to be online and be a part of it. I submitted a ton of questions and sent him a bunch of messages and even gave him my phone number, hoping that he would see my messages and call me, and I don't know what I thought was gonna happen, but nothing happened. My messages went unseen, and it was kind of a fail, but I still had fun, but I ended up being hungry, so I don't know what the point was. Fast forward again to the year 2016. 2016, I have graduated and I have moved to North Hollywood, California, upping my chances in meeting Robert Downey Jr. once again. I did get to go to Madame Tussauds Wax Museum and meet the fake Robert Downey Jr., but just wasn't the same. One of the other cool things that I got to do was go to a show for a band called The Dose, which the lead singer of that band is Indio Downey, Robert Downey Jr.'s son. I thought that maybe Robert would show up in the audience to support his son, but he wasn't there that night. But I did get to meet Indio, and I did get to meet his bandmate Ralph, and they did actually sign my phone. I'm actually really proud of myself because when I met Indio, I didn't say a single word to him about his dad. I kept it all about him, and I talked to him about his music and about his show and about his band, and I was really pleased with myself. I also attempted to get an internship at Team Downey, which is Robert Downey Jr.'s production company. I talked to someone via Twitter to see if there were any openings. There weren't. I was really sad about it, but whatever. BuzzFeed also did like a Tumblr Q&A where you could submit questions to their Ask box, and they would pass them on to Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans and Chadwick Boseman and all those people who were in the movie. I submitted too many questions that at one point they blocked me and told me that I had to wait an hour until I could submit any more, so that was kind of a fail as well. So then, Robert was scheduled to be on Jimmy Kimmel Live. I attempted to get tickets for that day, for that taping, so that I could go to the show and I could see him. There wasn't a guarantee that I would meet him, but I would be in the same room with him, and I'd be really close, and I'd get to see him on Jimmy Kimmel, and it would have just been so awesome, but I didn't get tickets. And then it was time for the world premiere of Captain America 3: Civil War. I went down to Hollywood Boulevard where the premiere was happening, and I watched all of those amazing people walk the red carpet and go into the movie. A lot of people actually came over to see fans and take pictures and give autographs, like Clark Gregg, Luke Mitchell, Brett Dalton. However, Robert Downey Jr. didn't come over to the section where I was standing, and my heart was broken because I know that he signed autographs and I know that he took pictures with people, but he didn't do it with the people that were standing around me. But then the moment happened where I saw him walk by on the red carpet. And I screamed at the top of my lungs, and I was waving a letter to try and get his attention because I wanted to give it to him. And he saw me, and he waved, and I would like to believe that he blew a kiss to me, but there were also hundreds of people standing around me, so who knows who he was looking at. But then he walked by, and he went inside, and I didn't get to meet him. So I waited a couple hours for the movie to be over. I didn't get access into the movie, but I did get access into the after party. And I went in to the Roosevelt Hotel with a mission to meet Robert Downey Jr. I was ready. I thought it was going to be the night. I took a couple laps. I passed Sebastian Stan, walked by Anthony Mackie, said excuse me to Paul Rudd, took a minute to meet Chris Evans and take another picture with him. And then I realized that Robert wasn't there. I wasn't just missing him. He wasn't there. So he either didn't go to the party, or he made a very brief appearance at the beginning and I was too late and I missed him, and I was just, oh my gosh, I was freaking out. Can you imagine? Like, just try and think for a minute how I felt with all those conflicted emotions. Like, I got to meet almost everybody from the movie. I talked to Sebastian Stan, I talked to Anthony Mackie, I talked to Paul Rudd, I met Chris Evans again, I had a conversation with Frank Grillo. It was amazing. But the one person who I went there trying to meet wasn't even there anymore. Robert did another Omaze campaign this year where he actually started his own foundation, and you could donate money to benefit that. I couldn't donate $100 this year because I do not have that kind of money right now with just moving out here to California and paying rent and all that lovely stuff that you do when you're an adult. I still did donate, and I still was praying that maybe I would win, and I had a dream that I won, and it was such a realistic dream. Like, the dream was that I woke up and checked my phone and had an email saying I won, and then I woke up for real, and I was really mad because I thought that my dream was real, and I just didn't know what was happening, and I was really upset and conflicted and crying, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. So I didn't win the Omaze contest this year, and I didn't get to go to New York to meet Robert Downey Jr., and I didn't get to go to his taping of Jimmy Fallon, but somebody did, and that person is really lucky. I've sent many tweets to Robert Downey Jr. himself, and I've sent many emails to Ellen DeGeneres, hoping that maybe she would get the emails and, like, realize, like, I can only imagine what their archives look like. Like, there is gotta be a lot of emails from me asking to meet Robert Downey Jr. Maybe that's a little weird, maybe that's a little excessive, but I don't even really care. You guys, I have a letter in my purse written to Robert Downey Jr. that I carry around with me at all times just in case I run into him. And when I went to go see Civil War in the theaters with my friends, I took Robert with me. Also, there's a really obscure Easter egg in Civil War that you won't recognize unless you know a lot about Robert Downey Jr. If you haven't seen the movie yet, don't worry, this isn't going to spoil the plot for you or anything like that, but there is a point in which Clint, aka Hawkeye, calls Robert Downey Jr. the Futurist. Well, he calls Tony Stark the Futurist. And what's funny about that is the fact that in 2004, Robert Downey Jr. released a studio album titled The Futurist. My mind was blown, and I actually embarrassed myself really bad because when the movie was over, I stood up and addressed the entire audience and schooled them on the fact that The Futurist was an Easter egg. So there you go, guys. My obsessive timeline of my attempts to meet Robert Downey Jr. and how they've all failed. So maybe he'll see this video and feel pity on me and decide that he wants to meet me. Or maybe Ellen will see this video and decide that she wants to help me out finally. Or maybe you're watching this video thinking that I'm crazy, and that's really fine with me. I just thought that I would take the time to lay all of this out on the table and tell you all of my missed opportunities and why it's so frustrating every time I get this close to meeting him and then it goes boop and it goes away and it doesn't exist anymore. Because I kind of feel like the universe is working against me and I kind of feel like Robert's avoiding me, but you know, whatever. But I'm gonna stop blabbering now and I'm gonna turn this camera off and I'm probably gonna go cry somewhere. Check out the links in my description box to see previous videos and reference what I'm talking about, and maybe find my Twitter and follow me there and subscribe to my channel. And I don't really care. You don't have to do any of that. I just really want to meet Robert Downey Jr. Okay, bye. Nailed it.